you got me going on this thing in like 1980. So where did you, because you started with Strats, and the white one. Right?
Yeah.
And then earlier, there was another one. Like
well, I had, see, I didn't have any guitars myself. I've never been that big on the material world, but I always get, somehow these things get furnished, such as this one now. And when Burma started, I had a Telecaster. It was Eric Lingren's Telecaster. But that had the type of chording that I do, which is really dense. The upper strings just made this sheet that was almost invisible, and people would say they couldn't hear me when I was playing. When I stopped playing, there was a massive hole in the sound. And so then I went to the Strats. And the Strats were a lot better, but every time I did feedback, it sounded like Jimi Hendrix. And I didn't want to sound like Jimi Hendrix. I wanted to cut my own stuff. So the lead ones and the lead twos, though I originally got a lead one, just a different pickup style, they were brand new Fender guitars, and I knew that no one had made their mark with them. So for me, it was like, here's my chance. I'm ready to really do something with Mission of Burma, and here's a guitar that's never been touched. I can make my mark on it. I had two of them in Burma. There was a thing also that I liked about the lead ones is they were mass produced, so I got two of them because I would break strings a lot. And they were like Chevrolets. Like, you know, you break one, you throw it away, you buy a new one. You know, they're all the same. It's like generic. But, you know, whatever, it worked for me.
But I've come after that one, actually, to understand they weren't all made equal. In other words, that one's much heavier.
Oh, this is way heavier. I thought the heaviness had to do with that it was a lead two and it was designed for the two pickups where the lead one. Really?
That
They probably
lead
changed the
two
wood.
is 25% lighter, maybe a third lighter, and that's why I put the hot rails in that one, because it had the body to hold a much better tone.
I actually, one of the lead ones that I was using when Burma played our very last song at the Bradford in '83, I threw it straight up in the air. It went like this, landed like this on the stage as I walked off. I came back and picked it up, and it was perfectly in tune. And I was, you know, that's my kind of guitar.
It's because I had tuned.
That could have been it. But it's, you know, this guitar, by putting the Hot Rails pickups on it, they're vastly superior to the pickups that came with the lead two. The ones that came with the lead two, I thought were really weak. I did try that along with the lead one, but the lead one with the double humbucker had more, you know, bite and grit to it.
They're more twangy. Like if you play the original pickups.
Yes.
They're thinner. I think the original catalog even describes them as like hollow and trebly. And it's why Fender would say such a thing is beyond me, but that's actually fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's totally fair enough.
So for twangy kind of stuff, they're kind of okay.
If Surf came back or something. They might be useful. I remember at the time though, I had the choice between the lead two and the lead one, and there was just no question as to which was the ticket for me. But since you put these on here, these hot rails, I took that other lead one that I had. I took the double coil out and put one of these type of hot rails in, so that because they're really meaty.
So if you didn't want to sound like Hendrix, who were you after? Just your own?
I was after myself. I kind of found myself too. I mean,
how much of that sound is the combination of amp, guitar, and then the vacuum
effects? Probably a lot. I mean, the type of pickups you have, the guitar, and certainly the amp. I mean, I did not like those Roland amps when I tried them out. They were just all completely wrong for me.
Right.
And the Marshall had the right edge. And then with the double coil, I mean, I think these hot rails work better for me than double coil, but the double coil got the right kind of sound. But then when I had my friend Lou Giordano, the Big Muff, Electro-Harmonix Big Muff Fuzz Tone, Big Muff Pi, they started, Electro-Harmonix was so erratic that they weren't making them as strong, and I said, you know, Lou, man, help me out here. This thing ain't doing the job. And he took it apart, and he's an MIT guy. And he just put everything on steroids, and it's just, I've never used another fuzz tone distortion unit since. And now it's just like this the reaction between the pickups and the amp through the Vacu Fuzz is, you know, it's got its.
And it was still in working order 20 years
ago.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I had a little one. I remember I had that little orange one that he built, like a
Did
little
he?
orange. It was based on like the mini muff.
Really?
It was-
I didn't know you
it was
had that.
genius. Yeah.
Do you still have it? It's vanished somewhere?
My gig bag got stolen once along with it.
Oh, that's a bummer. No, we actually left Burma in San Francisco. We left the first Vacu Fuzz in the trunk of a cab. Lou was kind of pissed. But, you know, he's a gentleman, so he built me another one. Probably better than the first one, you know, it's just a little more tweaked.